Okay.
Boy, you're like a ninja coming in.
Yeah.
Dang.
Even in boots, I didn't think I'd be that quiet.
So this is part of the show where Ben, our trusty news director and geek of the week extraordinaire, and as I just said, he just came right in the studio like a ninja, reviews great products. And so what do you have for us today, Ben?
Well, a question. Who likes to vacuum?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Who likes to mop?
Nobody.
Okay, I will tell you, when I get stressed,
You mop?
I actually wash the floors.
You stress mop?
I do. Isn't that sad?
That's a new thing I think we just created. So, I'm not going to knock anyone's hobby. It's not exactly my thing. But, so you have all these manufacturers. They try to build these vacuums more lightweight, more compact, battery powered. But you have this whole other category, the robotic vacuums.
Yes.
Now, guess what year first robotic vacuum come out? Wasn't a Roomba.
It wasn't? I'm going to say 91.
Ooh, too
That early. Yeah.
96,
I was close.
Sweden.
Sweden.
Kind of gimmicky.
Uh-huh.
But, they really hit the States in, I want to say 01, 02 when Roomba.
Did you know how much the first one was?
Oh, it was expensive.
I bet you it
don't
was.
remember.
I bet you it was like $2,000. I'm just guessing.
Now, have you had a Roomba over the years, though?
I've had a Roomba, yes.
Yeah.
And I've had some that have worked. I've had some that haven't worked. I gave my mother a Roomba robotic floor washer. Okay. We named her Rosie.
Yeah.
Okay. She doesn't always work.
Well, we had one years ago, and one of my favorite, I posted on Facebook, and it still hits my memories. Like, I hate vacuuming. Keep having to lift my legs so the Roomba doesn't hit my feet.
Oh.
Well, the Roombas then were kind of dumb. They just kind of wandered around, if they worked, bounced around. But Roomba isn't the only brand. And now you have all these other brands that make vacuums and mops. And the one I'm talking about today is a hybrid.
A hybrid?
Vacuum and a mop, all in one. One robotic
I actually have one of those. I've had it for about 3 years. It does not mop very well, but it does vacuum pretty well. But the one that I have, you can't set it. You can't. You can either turn it off or turn it on, and it vacuums every day.
Does it have an app?
No. It has a remote. So you can set it for what time you want it to, but you can't do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday only. Like
Okay, so
the Roomba.
you have to remember that he drives a 12-year-old.
I wasn't going to say it.
Okay, so
Well, Anker, a subsidiary of Anker called Eufy, and maybe you've heard that name in the news recently. They had an issue with some security cameras.
oh yes, they did. Little
Lack
tiny
of a
one.
better word, a glitch that allowed some of those camera owners to see the video feeds of other Eufy camera owners. They apologized, said it only affected 700 people.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Well, so keep that in mind. But they also make other things like scales and these vacuums. And this is about the Robovac G30 hybrid. And, before we go over the review, it's kind of what does it improve your life? That's it right there. And,
So is it about 12 inches round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not too thick. It'll go under entertainment centers and things like that. And it's, like I said, it's not like the Robo vacuums of years past where it just kind of aimlessly wanders and bumps into, the same wall 50 times. It has Smart Dynamic Navigation 2.0, which is just, techno speak for...
Yeah, that's such marketing
techno
speak.
Yeah. So now it's not as sophisticated as the really expensive ones that have all the cameras that seriously map out your house, but it does kind of learn where things are, and it can map it in the app. And so basically, as an app, create schedules, spot clean, change the settings for suction, works with Alexa and Google.
We have a new robotic hybrid 2.0, whatever that marketing phrase was.
Yeah, dynamic navigation. And all
Dynamic navigation. I want the one with dynamic navigation.
Please, yeah.
Yes.
That's $100 more. So anyway, I get it out of the box. It's not that complicated. You get a few pieces to attach, take off the tape. That's not hard. And it's nice looking. I mean, it's this nice brown, just kind of goes with everything. And like I said, not as bulky as a Roomba, or at least the Roombas I used to have. So, and then you have to set it up. You download the app, you set up an account. You get it connected to the Wi-Fi, and then you've got actually all these cool settings. You can change, like I said, suction between standard, turbo, and max. So yeah, you've got those really bad pieces of paper on the floor. The problem I had first was the dock. It needs a lot of clearance. The base station it returns to. You have to be picky about that. It needs 6 feet of clearance in front of it, open,
Oh, it
and
does?
3 feet on either side.
Oh, wow.
So it wasn't hard. It wasn't that easy finding.
So the hoarders, this is not for them.
Right. It's like, well, let's move that plant out of the way or whatever else. So I set it loose. And there's a learning curve. Like I said, it's got to learn the house. And it finally did. It loves hugging the curves. So
I just got that from you.
there you go. It's aimless a little bit, like what you might be used to. Again, no cameras or anything, but actually does a pretty good job vacuuming. It does get stuck.
Yeah.
Like it'll go into the guest room bed and then get hung up on the lamp cords underneath, and then you'll get a push notification that it needs to be rescued.
Oh, well, that's good.
Well, yeah, except that it's under the bed. So that's fine. It can't say, it says you got to lift the mattress, and get it out of there. So it doesn't like cords. It can get, in some rugs, it gets still stuck on, but it comes with one of those rolls of like adhesive magnetic tape. So basically it avoids that. They're like, so you set those up as like off limit zones.
Okay.
So it won't fall downstairs. You don't have to set it up there.
So how long does it take it to clean a room?
A room, like that room, it stays in there about 15 minutes or so.
Oh.
Like a whole living room, when it meanders around all the couches and tables and stuff, it takes a little longer.
Because I notice sometimes my mother has like a 1,200 square foot space, is that sometimes it'll take the Roomba like an hour.
Yeah, this one hadn't taken that long. That's our living room there. And it kept...
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, it kept kind of bouncing back and forth between the wall and that plant for a little bit, but it eventually started making its way to other parts, realized that the room was bigger than that.
Yeah, I only do that when I'm drinking.
Yeah, there you go. And it does it work for the vacuum? Absolutely. It picks up the debris. I actually had to turn up the standard setting, not so good. Turn it on turbo.
And so it can go right over the rug as well without you changing
That rug,
anything?
yeah.
Okay, good.
It doesn't like really tall carpet. That model's not made for it. And they even say that. So then there's the mop. And I don't have video of the mop. I'll just kind of watch it doing its thing there. But so that consists of a little attachment you put on, like a little water tank and a cloth pad.
That's what with the Roomba.
Yeah, you can't put any cleaning solution in it.
I do anyway.
Oh, sorry. I'm living dangerously now. No, too risky. So it just kind of drags water and moves it around. I mean, I guess it kind of adds a little bit of shine to the floor, but it's not what you would call clean.
No, it's not. It's not.
And if you're not careful, it tries to get your carpet and rugs too.
Because remember when I stress mop?
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you. After the Roomba does, I come in there with my Hoover. Watch out, babe.
I can only imagine. Well, so let's get to the good and the bad. So the bad, the mop is just kind of meh.
Okay.
And I also don't like that it can get hung up. But again, that's what the tape, the adhesive is for. And it still gets a little aimless. Now the good, the vacuum works. I mean, it actually picks up pretty well. It's not bulky, has a great app that's easy to use and I assume secure. Jury's still out, but, and it's so very quiet.
Oh, you know
It's
what?
very
The
quiet.
Roomba's quiet too.
This one is quiet. It's not a ninja like me, but it's quiet. So you don't have to turn the TV up. So the best part, a lot of the Robovacs, particularly Roombas, are expensive. This one isn't.
How much is it?
Well, it retails for $370, but at the time we're doing the show, you can get it on Amazon for $250.
No.
Yeah, $250.
Wow, should have a link on that in the current.
We do.
Do we?
Oh, in the current, I don't know about the current, but definitely on the site. When that's $70 cheaper than the G30 that doesn't have the mop. So even if you don't use the mop, you're still going to save money.
That's only the dynamic navigation 1.0.
Yeah, there you go. So you can see the full review for it's called the Eufy Robovac G30 Hybrid. We have at Komando.com and a link to get one. And really, even though the mop isn't that great, it's still a steal at that price.
Well, thanks, Ben. This is great.
Yeah.
The robotic mop, dynamic navigation 2.0. I'll never forget that. That's good. Good job.